I feel like I need I feel like I need little symbols, those little things on my ding, ding. Welcome. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the Coffee Corner with Uber Mama. And welcome. Ooh. Thank you for joining me this morning. And you're joining me from with my new Facebook, Mary June Steve. Definitely comment there. I will come back and I will look at your comments and that I unable to see your comments here. Comment, comment here. I can only see the comment on from YouTube. So please, if you haven't already, to go over and like and subscribe to my YouTube page. Uh, so my goal is to really work on my YouTube page this year and Instagram right now. I Someone mentioned to me, you should get more on TikTok. Still don't feel right about TikTok. Although my grandson is doing little dances on TikTok, so maybe Mama has to do some. Maybe I need to do some dances on TikTok and get some shaking up there. So, morning. So, those who've ordered their yearly to get their full moon reading, full moon readings will be coming out tomorrow. I'm taking a day of rest. I have just come off of 12 days straight of work. And yeah, it was a lot. Excuse me. With all of that, I got my coffee. Sorry about the snorting and everything else, but this is really a time. Oh, this, okay. That balloon that is all over the news and everything, the weather balloon from China. And they're like, why didn't Canada see it? Why didn't Norway or Finland or any of the other countries? Because it came over from China. How Uranus is that? It's so unexpected. It's so random. Nobody was expecting a weather balloon to come over from China, a white balloon from China. How Uranus and Taurus. I mean, that's what Uranus is. It's like you don't expect this to happen, right? And nobody was expecting, like, I don't, would never have thought of a weather balloon, but I guess it's not really a weather balloon. They have another name for it. And they're like, well, why haven't they shot it down and stuff? Like, why would they? Well, I think they want to get and find out what the technology is and how it got into United States airspace. So that's just crazy. That's just crazy. It's great, great. But that's where it is. Things are a little bit crazy. And this full moon in Leo is the last thing you could predict or think about, you know? And this balloon, uh, what it is or does. And it's we're entering into a very interesting weekend. And with the squares to Uranus from the sun, and we also have a Mars and a Venus Mars square. So Venus is exalted. She's happy. She's in Pisces. Pisces makes her feel loved and beautiful, and everything is all dreamy and sexy, and she's squaring Mars. And how we deal with the pressures and staying positive. That's where this energy is at. So how are you staying positive? How are you dealing with the energies? And don't get caught up in the brassiness. Don't get caught up in all the bullshit and everything. This is popping and bringing it to the surface, and you can't hide. The thing is that when you got an Aquarius and a Leo, there's really no place to go hide. Sorry. Although, with that South Node in Scorpio and we have the North Node in Taurus, it is about rising above. You know, sure, the South Node wants to keep you in with all the bullshit. But the South Node, there's where you need to realize that there's nowhere to go but up. That's where this energy is. Like, you can't be staying in the same rut, in the same routine. And I feel like how my guides always work me is that they throw me into a new situation or into a new direction that I totally wasn't expected. So I can start looking at things in new ways. Now I'm getting to a point that, okay, I really don't want to keep being thrown into new directions, but it keeps life interesting, that's for sure. So this is to realize that there's nowhere to go but looking at your happiness. There really is nowhere to go except to find the people that you want to go with together. This is coming in. This is the heart chakra. This is opening up. This is, and when you open up your heart chakra, you don't go like this. That's contraction. You go like this and you look up and you open. You got to open this area here. So we're stretching the throat down to the thymus and to the heart. So we're awakening that energy. So if anybody does the cobra, so if you're doing the cobra in yoga and you're going up, allow yourself just to do some really nice, deep cleansing breaths and allowing for, the cleansing and to allow for anything that feels residual to come off. Breath of Fire is fabulous right now. And right now I'm really kind of still congested, but the Breath of Fire, I mean, you can go and just put your thumb on your, I gotta think, my right side, and you can go like that and then go over to the other side. Or you could do alternate breaths where you breathe in 5 on the left, hold 5, breathe out 5. Do that in a couple rotations. Woo! It really clears the head, it helps to balance, and then you can separate it and go the opposite sides, okay? So breath work. Doing some real beautiful breath work with this full moon will help to, like, let go. I feel like there's a lot of heaviness on people. I feel a lot of people are hanging on to things that it just needs to be, the shackles and the chains need to come off. That's what I keep seeing. So this is where are we all in our shadow? So where are we hanging on into our shadow, and we want to bring this all up into the light. And do the breath work. Bring it into the light and do the breath work, right? And bringing them up to the light and bringing it up, the stuff that doesn't matter as much. When it comes to things that we are still holding on to emotionally, that we really are not positive, are not moving, and looking at what isn't moving us forward, that is, those restraints. What are those restraints that we're hanging on to? They just did a study. Hadn't had any sleep since Thursday. Well, you got that full moon coming in, Lexi, They did a study about the masks, right? And people wearing the masks. Now, the study says that people who don't feel attractive will want to continue wearing the mask. It's a subconscious thing. They feel like they're more attractive. They could put different designs on their mask or whatever. And they're also finding that it has to do with the psychological effects of wanting to come out, wanting to step forward. And the masks have really restricted many people to not want to come forward. Interesting. Interesting. And this is the other thing I found interesting. We'll go into a little bit, just throwing this out there, is when they're voting to end the mandates in the United States, the Republicans were full on, and the Democrats were nay. And and now it has to go to the Senate. But I found it interesting because it is the Democrats, if you go through history, that kept the slaves and started a certain group that starts with the letter K that likes to wear hoods and be masked and not seen. So I thought that was quite interesting. The other thing that I found very interesting, we're going to go back to Uranus, this is a little bit of history too, is that, well, a little bit about the mask too, is like where Uranus is where they were really promoting in the Third Reich, um, Hitler's youth. Now, if you go in and you start looking at the pictures of that, they were promoting that you had to look a certain way, you had to be a certain way, and it was all about strength and determination. And they were taking children like 7, 8, 9, 10, and really molding them into thinking certain things in a certain way. And when I sit back and I love to observe, and when I'm sitting back and I'm observing this, and I'm seeing that so much is being promoted or taught within schools, especially in the States, we're seeing this. Um, UK, oh, I'm going to get ahead of myself, but UK was a little bit ahead of themselves in what they were trying to do, especially with children and transgendering them and saying and asking them, are you sure this is how you feel? And even before they haven't even had their first kiss, you know, this is where a molding comes in. And this molding comes in because you want to mold. It's, you mold the youth, then you can control the future, right? And this is, part of that wanting to control, wanting to mask, wanting to keep those restraints on. And this moon, we're going back to the moon, is like, I want to come out and breathe. I'm looking up. I don't want to keep any restraints on me. I don't want to keep these ties on me. I want to move in a direction and look at those things that are holding on to me emotionally. And this is also within our society that we are going to be seeing eruptions coming in because it's a breaking out, it's a moving forward that, no, I'm not going to stay in the shackles, I'm not going to have these restraints or control that are keeping me where I'm at. This is really a beautiful connection. And with Venus in Pisces, it's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place to come in and do your meditations, to do what, your journaling and taking that time to connect in nature, taking that time to get out. And as we are doing those connections, it is a time of self-reflection and healing. And this moon is a powerful moon for doing that. And allowing, when it's crazy and hectic, what Uranus, with Uranus doing crazy things like the weight balloon, uh, is let's let's take it slow and easy. Let's not overly push the factor. Let's not overly try and pop something that isn't ready to be popped or isn't ready to be is to it's I got a clay pot. So you put a clay pot and you put it in the kiln and you pull it out too early. Well, it could crack, it could break, it could, all these kinds of things could happen. You got to allow for that fire, which is Leo, a fire, to help to heal, burn, and to strengthen. And that's what the heat does in the kiln. It strengthens, it fortifies, it makes that pot or that ceramic stronger and more beautiful. And here we are with, even with Mars in Gemini, to figure out how to make our dreams more possible and to put our attentions where we need to put it. And with a Venus squaring Mars, it's not exactly an easy one. With Venus, here I'm exalted. Mars is like, I need to get the hell out of Gemini, which won't be happening for a little bit yet, a few more weeks as he starts to speed up. But it is allowing for a way of looking at life in a new way, a way of looking at how we can communicate, how we can connect and continue to connect with one another in a very positive, loving way. And this is saying how to focus on the things that make the dreams happen. How do I focus on making the dreams that I want to create happen within my life? And letting go of any shackles, anything that, and I feel like, you just got to shake it off. Years ago, I did a full moon meditation in the house, and we just shook. Like, I just had them all starting to, you start shaking your hands, you start shaking your arms, and then you start shaking your head, and then you start shaking your whole body. The gurus say it's very good to actually shake for at least 3 minutes a day. So you could go in your kitchen or wherever you want to go and just sort of shake everything off, and put a timer on and do it for 3 minutes. It's allowing for whatever's holding you on, just to let it go. And you could just do little gentle shakes if you can't do, um, you know, go full on crazy shaking. But what we need to focus on is the good. We need to focus on the good, the things. What we need to focus on are the things that are the dream. And there's a lot that is trying to take that focus away. We're seeing what is unfolding. It's like, what was it? The head of the UK, that woman going to Ukraine. And it was just, I was watching some commentary on it, and um, I think it was on Redacted, which I follow. And it was like, was this set up? Like, all, like, how she, the panning of following her. And this is in Kiev. Like, this is a war zone. And it was so fake. It was so false. It was so pretentious. And I was just like, wow, all of these people are falling for this. Like, because they're still wanting to stay in that room. They were still wanting to stay in the masking, and just, oh, okay, this is what they're telling me to say and be. And here's this moon, especially Leo. Like, Leo's like, really? Leo's like, you're not telling the Leo really what the hell to do. Like, really, they'll listen. But a Leo comes out because it is the sun. A Leo doesn't come out half-assed. Think if the sun just only said, you know what? I'm not going to fully shine on Earth today. I'm just going to hold it back. We'd be dead. The sun has to come out. The Leo has to shine. And that's where it is. We want you to shine. We want you to come out. And what we really need to pay attention to spiritually and consciously on this full moon, right? And not overanalyze. Not to, like, oh my God, is my circle perfect? Oh my God, do I have the right crystals? Oh, I have to light the candle at this time. Nah, stop that shit. bring in the things that you love. Okay, I'm going to bring in my beautiful crystals. So maybe it's, yeah, I'm going to bring in some crystals that, that are calling to me. I'm going to light the candle that I love, that brings in the aroma that I am energetically feeling. Okay? So spiritually, this isn't a time to overthink things and make it all perfect and overanalyze this. We're not doing the Virgo shit. No, we're not. And I know it seems crazy, and there is an unpredictable things happening right now. And we're in an energy of, like, we're seeing this energy of change that is coming in to our world. And this is where we really have to, okay, look up. I feel like we have to look up, we have to cleanse, we have to go forward and really watch your posture. I find that's very important. If you're slouching, really allow yourself to really correct that, and allowing yourself to really, um, when you're doing, when you do a warrior pose and you just move your hips into that alignment, you can feel it. You can feel that energy. It's like, whoa, okay, this feel, yes. When you're out of that sort of alignment, you can feel that too, but it doesn't feel fully, you feel kind of at odds. So this is an energy like, yes, I'm going to be into my alignment. I am going to take the warrior pose. I'm going to take that energy and strengthen myself so I can step forward, especially in this year. This is a year that you really have to step forward in your power, in your strength, because you will be challenged in so many ways. In so many ways, you'll be challenged. And this healing element to this moon, and I know it seems crazy, and because of the unpredictable things that are happening, but it's almost like it's all coming to a head about situations that make you realize what stuff is down, what stuff is down there in the bottom of your shadow, and your unhappiness. This is where this energy is, and it's having you to look at that, and whatever it might be that might just still hanging in a little, in little caves. I feel like, there's this energy like, okay, just hide away over here for a little bit, hide away over here for a little bit. No, it's where this light is coming in and pushing you out. I think it was David. Was it David or Solomon? I don't know. Anyways, one of those dudes in the Old Testament hiding away in the cave. And the light comes in, which is the light of a light of God coming in and saying, I see you. I see you. I still love you, even with all your falseness or your fakeness, or your sins, or whatever you want to call it. Your shadows, I still love you. The light is coming in to say, I still love you in all of who you are. Come into the light so I can heal you, so I can so that we can create those dreams and that love that you want. If you want to step into, like, this is where people will get lost with drugs and alcohol, which is scary shit. And you don't want to get lost in that. I mean, it's fine to have a drink, or if you're having a glass of wine with dinner or what have you. But if you're losing yourself in that and not allowing yourself to cleanse, or you're using it as a crutch or something like that, or it's even worse, this is where you need to be coming out of the cave, that all you have is up, that all you have is this energy to pull you forward. And there is no bottom to being better to ourselves, others, and finding ways for all the things in life that seem like they are hard to put together. There is like, people are thinking, oh, I'm going to fall to the bottom. No, when you are entering into this energy, it is an energy of illumination, of creativity, And there's an energy that is allowing us to be these illuminating lights to go forward. It is a very positive energy that is coming forward in times of distress and darkness. In the Muggle world, this is what you're going to be hearing. You're going to be hearing about the war. The war is going to start getting more intense. You're going to start, seeing where things become very unpredictable in the world. But the thing is, the one thing that is always predictable is the light. Is that divine light, is your God and your goddess. Those are the predictabilities, the sun and the moon, right? And it's coming into that energy because here comes that moon, which is in Aquarius. It's not too happy, or I mean the moon in Leo, but I mean the sun in Aquarius. Yeah, the sun doesn't like to be in Aquarius. It wants to be across the street. The moon doesn't want to be in Leo. It wants to be over at Cancer because that's home, right? But it's also where this all this other energy is saying, okay, we may not like exactly where we are right now, but let us ignite what is. Let us ignite of what is making us happy, what is creating that community, what is in a positive way within our lives. That's where this truth of this energy is. And the spirituality is, don't try and complicate things or overanalyze. And Venus is saying that this is exalted, who is exalted in Pisces, squaring Mars. We don't need to have all these ideas and thoughts about how it's going to look, how it's going to be, how am I going to control this or that? No, that's not where you need to look at or need to go into, because that's just going to take you down some crazy, crazy place that you don't want to do. So it's following your compassion and the flow and following what is leading you to your, to looking up, to allowing for your heart to shine, right? This is so important. This is so important with this energy that's coming in and taking us into this direction of a lot of cool things that we can create and connections we can make. So look at the things that are working in your life. Look at the connections that are coming forward in your life. This isn't a time of going backwards. It's a time of really moving in a forward positive motion. And that forward positive motion is going to help a lot. And this is also, with that it's like, okay, what do I need to be doing? How do I need to be, allowing myself to prep and prepare for what I need to prepare for in my life? And those are positive things. Those are positive things. This isn't time to freeze or stop living. This is about enjoying and embracing, okay? And allowing for yourself to enjoy and embrace and follow the truth of who you are, you know? Okay, let me pull out some cards here. Let's see if I find any. There's no cards. I got cards right here. Of course I do. No, 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 no. My dog's here. No, not right now. Hold on. Hold on. She wants up. Okay. This is the dog. This is Roxy. Say hello. Say hello. All right. She's saying hello. Okay. All right. You're going to go down? Thank you. Oh, she's going to bug me now. No, down. Down. So as I said, for your full moon readings, that they'll be coming out tomorrow at different times during the day. Queen of Wands. The Queen of I don't give a shit. The Queen of Passion. Look at, when you look at her, she's not looking at you. And see the little tigers back there, the sunflowers, little kitty there, the lines on either side. She's draped in beautiful yellow, but she has her staff, she has her wand. She's looking, she's like, okay, yeah, that's nice, but that's where my passion is. That's where I'm going. I'm not going to be looking over here at all of this. I don't want to, I don't need to deal with your bullshit. That's where I'm going. So the queen comes in and she's letting you know that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going towards my passion. And I'm not, I look at, do you want to take on all this other stuff and take on all these burdens? Because she's saying I'm going in this direction, but you're hanging on to all of these burdens. You're hanging on to everything. And it's about releasing it, letting it go. Because you don't need to hold on to those things. You don't need to hold on or even ask for help. Ask for help. Why the hell are you carrying all the cups up the hill by yourself? You didn't get a tray? You know? So this is where, yeah, stepping in. Double queens. You got, and look at, now she looks downwards, right? She's got her, she's got the angels on either side, the cherubs. There's that full water, that beautiful flowing, that blue. So we have this emotion of love, this energy that comes in that says, yes, I am looking into who, my own truth, my own self, of allowing myself to say, do I need to hang on to these burdens anymore? I need to release. I need to cleanse. I need to come into that cleansing. Both fire and water are cleansing. They are. Fire, cleanse, burns out, allows for renewal. Water washes things away. So come into that cleansing, come into that time of releasing so that you're not hanging on to all of the stuff that you no longer need. And in doing that, here comes the king that says, trust in your truth of your intentions and of your intuition. Trust in that. Trust in you. Trust in those feelings, those nudges that say, you know what? This does make me feel good. This is where I want to be. These are my people. Yeah, I love hanging out with this person because they make me feel good and they understand me and I understand them. And it's bringing in a positive energy and flow around me. There you go for this full moon. Very positive, very loving. And if you're wanting a reading, definitely get a hold of me. Starting in March, my readings are going to be going up in price. So if you are wanting to get a one-on-one with me, my prices right now are what they are. And then in March 1st, they are going up for both my astrology readings and my astrology and tarot readings and that are all going to be joined into one type of reading now. And that is as of March 1st. So my readings will be going up. And yeah, so onwards and upwards, everybody. Sending you guys out so much love. And so happy I could be here this Saturday morning with you, having a cup of coffee and enjoying. So blessed be. May the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you in all that you say and all that you be and all that you do. Blessed be, everybody. Keep shining your light and don't let anybody stop you from shining. Blessed.